Hello, and welcome to How to Do More with Less, building a competitive Gear Up program for your RFP. Now, I'm not sure how you got here, but welcome. And if you're across the country, hope it's doing well. The weather's doing great because around this time, the weather has been interesting. But super excited that you're here. This is a very quick video that is just going to wrap around what's kind of our vision and what we kind of see in this upcoming Gear Up grant. I hope that whatever you see here, however you got here, that it aligns with what you're looking for in a sense of whatever made you click or discover this page. So our goal is that we can figure out with what's going on, how can we continue to give great impact regardless if budgets get cut, regardless if resources are limited. And so let's get started. My name is EJ Carry-On, like carry-on luggage. Or if you like some rock and roll, a little bit of Carry On My Wayward Son. So let's dive in. So, as we all know, the federal budget proposal plans to cut billions of dollars in higher ed and K-12 school programs. And if you're a Gear Up person or looking to apply to the Gear Up grant this year, it opened up early March and is going to be due April 19th. So if you're watching this video, you're probably going through and trying to build a competitive proposal as we speak. But what we see is that in this new budget, they're going to cut over $100 million, nearly $200 million out of TRIO and Gear Up programs. And so it's really tough within Gear Up. We have Gear Up coordinators, we have Gear Up tutoring, Gear Up services. So how are we able to provide the same amount of impact to our students if we're going to lose this type of money? And so this where it becomes where our faculty, our staff, our team has to be able to do more with less. And that is the power of technology, software, and after-school resources that your students can benefit from, but allow you to find great data and being able to support your kids much more effectively. So in this presentation, we're going to talk about how in order to have a competitive RFP, we need to be data-driven and at the end goal, be able to showcase what we have done with data and what impact have we made pre and post having the Gear Up program. Second, we need results to be the key and the end goal. What type of persistence are we showing with lower economic students graduating from college? And then finally, I think, which is very unique in this new grant, is research potential. Definitely some type of research case that it goes along with the competition that you're proposing and the programs you're proposing to apply. And so here's what we'll be covering a little bit deeper. We're going to be diving into what comprehensive programs mean around near-peer mentoring and tutoring. We're going to talk about how do we build deep relationship with students in innovative ways, as innovation and unique methods are going to be a big part of applying and showcasing your proposal. We're also going to look at data-driven sustainable software and how you can do more with less by having technology on your side. And then of course, the new piece that I think is very interesting is showcasing college persistence through research, ideally the What Works Clearinghouse study, but that's very rigorous process to be approved and figure out the right random case trial as if you would to how to set that up correctly, but regardless, having some type of research component to your proposal. So here's the big thing. The old way of servicing students was we would try to give most of our Gear Up dollars during school time. When kids are in class, when kids are hard to pull out because of teacher demands of the classroom, hard to pull on assemblies, hard to get in-school support and champions to help you or your coordinators to do their job effectively. Counselors see a lot of this challenge as well, trying to support students in school during the time they're in class. However, I think a strong Gear Up grant is looking at how do we support students on a much more online network basis where kids have access and support by Gear Up from their mobile device, from their Google Chromebooks, online, while with a mixture of on-site support. And I think you're seeing more and more of that trend to how do we pit our caring adults in access to students, not only for a mentoring component, but as well for tutoring, and mainly on a tracking purposes, so we can track our kids through campus. Um, so when you go online, what we do, and I think you can find, and I think what grants want you to see is how do you find software that allows you to do your job more effectively and efficiently, even if you're not even able to have a coordinator at each of your schools. How can you connect with your students via their mobile device, via email, via desktop, and able to track and use programs that your kids can grab a hold of online from their phone, from their desktop? There's going to need to be built an ecosystem online that your kids can communicate with your staff and with you, and you're able to collect that data and submit it just as if you could if all of your programs was in person. Creating an online culture and ecosystem for your kids is going to be very important in this grant, as the idea of having on-site coordinators, tutors, and all that is just going to become a bigger challenge. So, the new way of pitting on programs and interacting with students, what you see here is an illustration that shows us a 21st century modern mentoring program. You, the administrator, will then have a layer, as you see that in that middle, a layer of mentors, a layer of coordinators, a layer of tutors, who then support your kids via on the go on their mobile device. You are able to pair students with coordinators, mentors, and tutors by using our proprietary software to connect with students and track all that data. Each text message, each phone call, each email is able to be tracked and timestamped that you're able to upload or export into some research database so you can show the impact of your team. You can see how much advising hours, how much mentoring hours, tutoring hours, and all of this is happening from an online community via text messages, phone calls, and emails, and video chat. So really think about how can I provide a more ongoing support where my students at high school going off to their freshman year is going to be giving a caring adult in their pocket, that caring adult can expand and service more kids and spend less time traveling to schools, less time trying to fit things during the school time, and they can spend more time in the comfort of their office, of their laptop, on the go on their phone, being able to reach and connect students much easier. And as the administrator, you're able to collect all that data and you're able to track these relationships because nothing goes unheard of, because everything goes through our proprietary platform that allows you to build deep relationships with students online rather than spamming them with some text messaging platform where all you're doing is sending out information rather than getting to know your students and building a community online. So, at Student Success Agency, we've created an online software service that allows you to empower your current staff to reach more students on the go through personal devices. And what we do at Student Success Agency is we take students and staff's personal numbers, take it and filter it through our platform, and assign each student and staff member a personal, an assigned secure SSA number. This number is allowed to be saved on students' phones and staff's phones, and will be assigned to each other. They can save it, they can call it, they can text it, but it's very similar to how Uber connects with drivers and passengers. We're able to do this the same way with your Gear Up coordinators and your Gear Up students, or your Gear Up tutors and your Gear Up students, or your mentors who are super busy and extremely busy and can't come to your classrooms. They can be paired with students and safely, and all that data goes right back to you as the administrator. So, when you're able to build a more comprehensive and implement an online software, this allows you to increase support. Now your staff can reach kids outside of school, and you know about it, and you know what's being discussed. You can have deeper engagement as you're able to now really build relationships with students where it's no longer this sticky situation where a staff member is texting a student after school or talking with them on the phone and it's seen as unprofessional. Now this is an outlet where it's safe, it's secure, it's data driven. And so now you're able to build deep relationships with students. And finally, the biggest piece is, since all of it is going through an online software, you're able to track every single conversation, every word, every text message, and identify trends that helps you see where your Gear Up grant is providing the most impact. And you're also able to see the biggest trends on what are the biggest challenges for your students, and then be able to support that community and content you're curating online by using an online software that allows you to connect with students safely. So, um, again, my name is EJ Carrion, and I didn't mention who I'm with. I'm with Student Success Agency, and basically we create mentoring software that allows administrators and staff and educators to build deep relationships with students online safely while providing tons of data back to the district. So our software is a very affordable opportunity for you to build and do more with less. We provide training, we provide run full service mentoring programs and tutoring programs, as well as support on academic and career advising for schools. This video was to focus and show you a new way of supporting your kids, because now you're meeting your students where they are. So, in conclusion, I would love if you felt like this was very unique, this was very innovative. If you're interested in figuring out pricing, this is something we want to talk with potential Gear Up partners. And so, if you're interested, I would love if there's a link below this video to set up a partnership session with us. And if anything, we can brainstorm. We can mastermind, we can think of and learn more about what's perfect for your community. You got to think, if you're a rural cohort or a rural program, so much of your support needs to be online, and how can you do that safely and with data as the focus? And I just think we could definitely be helpful, even if it's just in a mindset, in a framework point, and we provide all different types of support, from software to full service mentoring and tutoring programs. So please hit the partnership session below, and let's connect. At 15-30 minutes can make all the difference in your proposal to make it much more competitive. Again, my name is EJ Carrion. Thanks so much for watching this video. Looking forward to connecting with you afterwards.